Why are you so sweaty? I was watching Cops.
Fellas, it just feels good to be back. It feels so good to be back. Yeah, Dad went to the gas station for a couple weeks. I had to pick up some milk. Little do you know, I was out with some hookers at hotels. And that's okay. Because I'm still here. I'm not going to leave you for years. Right? I'm not like the dad from Fresh Prince. Like, I'll be there for you when you need me. And the Batman light was on. And here we are. It's been a couple weeks since you've heard from me. Been a couple bad slates. Last week's was okay. But after that week 5, just Mona Lisa type art. It's been pretty rough. And is this card that we have coming up this week, is this something to write home about? Not necessarily, but it's something to listen to on your way to work. And that's what we're here for. What's going on in the world of football? Couple things that have happened since you last heard from me, especially this past week. Signetti's real. Indiana, I guess they're better than last year. Who could have saw that? And James Franklin as well, James Franklin. Which we knew. I don't think we saw it to this level. I didn't think they would lose to a team that plays at a stadium that fits less people than my high school field. But once again, the guy just really just comes out and surprises you. He really does. And so we got canned. And so now they got to buy him out. And speaking of coaches, he could be the Michigan State's next coach. Just my opinion, and I'll dive into that later. But you guys haven't heard from me in a couple weeks. We're not going to beat around the bush. We're just going to get right into it, you know? It's like when she tells you, hey, I haven't shaved. Don't care. Baby, don't care. And we're starting off Friday night. And we got Louisville playing Miami. Hurricanes are a fucking wagon. They're a natural disaster. Pun intended. They are so good and they've looked incredible. But nobody's really talking about Louisville. They're a one-loss team. And I think they're tossing out 13.5 like we're dumb. Like we just think, oh yeah, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, absolutely. If Louisville is wearing the helmets with the Cardinal that's wearing the sweater, I think Louisville could win this game outright. But it's 13.5. Now, is this betting advice? Absolutely not. It never is. We don't do that here. It's all about fun. It's all about challenging ourselves. So I think Louisville plus 13.5 is a good challenge. I think we were a little bit too high on Vanderbilt. They're good. They're good. But they're not Bama good. I think we slept on Bama, and I think Vanderbilt got woke the fuck up. Well, you'd think so, because they're welcoming in LSU, and yet Pavia's got the biggest dick outside of Africa, but you can't be doing the practicing the victory formation before the game kicks off. And that's what they did last week, and they got embarrassed. So now what do they do this week with LSU rolling to town, which this is the worst LSU offense that I can remember. It's been the defense over the past few years that's been the problem for them, not this year. They're playing Iowa football, which we'll dive into later. But Vandy's coming out saying they're going to pitch a shutout. Sorry, you're not Tarek Skubal. R.I.P. my Tigers. But we're getting a field goal with LSU at Vandy. Now, is Vandy some tough place to play? It's better than what it was. But you're giving me a field goal. Everybody and their mother is obsessed with the Pavia story. Rightfully so. It's a great story. I love what they're doing in Nashville. But you're getting me 3 with one of the best defenses in the country. We're going to be going Tigers this week with 3 points. And for the next game, I'm just going to get this out of the way now because I'm going to get so frustrated. And I knew, just thinking about it, I was like, this might be good content. And usually I try to save that for the end, but like you guys want to get a little bit of an appetizer. Kurt Signetti just, I mean, what a year. What a performance against Illinois, against Oregon. Gets the extension. I think he's highly underpaid, but he loves Indiana. And they welcome in, how do I say this? That's Indiana. On the flip side, Michigan State is a fucking train wreck. It has been a complete joke. I've covered this team. I've covered what's taken place since D'Antonio leaving in 2020, or even a couple years before that. Jonathan Smith is the hottest of seats. Rightfully so. He looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. He looks unenthused. The team is poorly coached. The players we have are not to par. They're not to standard. And frankly, if you want to act like a big boy that swims the deep end, you got to make big boy decisions. So what are the rumors speculating now? If Michigan State plays bad this weekend, he's gone in season. He's gone. And we'd start over finding the new coach, give him a year. I'm tired of fucking waiting, man. It's so exhausting just waiting to be good again like we were a decade ago. It's crazy it was a decade ago when we won the Rose Bowl. So this is a referendum game for his tenure at Michigan State. And what are they doing? They're heading to Bloomington. I don't even know what to compare this to, but it's like, telling a lineman, hey, finish finish your 40 time in under 4.6. Is it doable? I guess sure. But it's not gonna. What does look good mean? Within 40 points? Within 30? We're gonna get fucking railroaded. I mean, belt to fucking ass for 4 quarters. The spread's 27.5. It could be fucking 50. We're going to get slaughtered. We have some of the worst coached players I've seen. Our O-line that we said was going to be improved is awful. Our D-line, which we knew was going to be bad, is worse than what we thought. Our special teams is, bar none, the worst unit of football I've watched this year, college or pro. It's disgusting. Indiana minus 27.5. I hope they beat us by 100. Just take us out. Put down old Yeller. Jonathan, appreciate it. You're a nice guy. Wish you and the family well. Get the fuck out of East Lansing. All right. The next one, we got an interesting one. We got Ole Miss heading to Georgia. I think that since Georgia isn't like prime Georgia, where they're beating TCU by 1 billion in the championship game and eating chicken wings on the sidelines in the third quarter, since they're not that, I think we almost are like, are they good? They are good. They are. And Ole Miss's one game on the road against Kentucky didn't look great. Shout out the Cougs. They only beat the Cougs by 3 points last week. Now, ultimate look ahead spot. But you can't beat a Wazoo team that lost to North Texas by 50 by only a field goal. You can't do that. Well, they did. Now they go to Georgia, and they're tossing out 7.5 in Georgia's favor. One thing I've learned about Georgia over the years, now obviously things have changed because they're not prime Georgia, is that Georgia's always on the other side of a key number. So when we think of key numbers of like how, usual typical games end. So like a team winning by a field goal, 3 points. Team winning by a touchdown, 7. 10 points, 21, 17. Like if you're picking a certain team to win, you want them to be on the other side. So it's like, hey, if it's -2.5, they win by a field goal. That's money. Georgia always is on the other side, and so it's either you believe in them or you don't. And I'm all in on the Bulldogs this week. All in, and we like Georgia -7.5. One of the bounce back stories of the year is UCLA. The Bruins fired their coach, got a little bit of a new bump. Their new coach have his balls dropped yet? I don't know. The kid looks like he's in high school. Could use a new haircut, for sure. But they're playing well and they're winning games. Am I going to act like them beating Michigan State's a big deal? Not necessarily. We found out, obviously, how fraudulent Penn State is. But they're winning games and they're playing like they want to be there. So this week, they welcome in a Maryland team who, they got cool helmets every once in a while. But Maryland's going about as far as you can go cross country. And we're getting the better side of a field goal with the Bruins team that's been playing well. And so we're going to take UCLA -2.5, and we might be just stopping on the rake. We might be walking into a trap. Are we Joe Pesci in Goodfellas? Potentially. There's a good chance. But I like this one. These next couple games are, I'm excited for. So we got the Holy War. If you're not familiar with the Holy War, it's BYU against Utah. Love the name. The Mormons against, probably less Mormon. It's fantastic. No drinking, a lot of soaking, not a lot of points. Usually the home team, they do well. It's always tight. I think that people kind of overlook BYU, and Utah had their one loss to Texas Tech, who Texas Tech looks like the best team in the Big 12. But it's Utah +3.5. I see this very much like the Cy-Hawk game, where, hey, I think it's within a field goal either way. BYU's getting 3.5. They're at home. Student section is going to be soaked up. We like the Cougs here. Give me the sister wives of this one. This is one of the all-time rivalry helmet matchups. USC heads to Notre Dame. People are high on USC because I think, is that Lincoln Riley's best win at USC since he's been there? Potentially. I think it potentially is. They haven't done much since he's been there. But they come off an emotional win, and now they head to South Bend. We all know I don't like Michigan. Notre Dame, since they've dropped their second game, they've won out. They've been destroying people, murdering people, even our beloved Hogs. I don't know how good USC is. The teams they've beat, frankly, aren't that good. They're going, it's not total cross country, but a couple time zones. They've been doing a lot of that against a Notre Dame team that can ground and pound, that does have a great offense. I like Notre Dame laying 9.5. And that brings you into our last game. James Franklin, he is what he is. He's going to win you 9, 10 games. Never wins the big one. Turns out against Northwestern, he doesn't win the little one. Penn State made the decision to fire him and buy him out for like $300 million or whatever. Penn State heads to Iowa, and there's a couple key things with this game where I'm really interested to see how it plays out. Do we have a new coach bump for Penn State? Is Penn State's team checked out now that they're officially out of the playoffs? There's a backup QB in because Aller's hurt. I don't think Aller's good, but hey, backup going into Kinnick Knights, not a walk in the park. So I'm a little interested to see how this all plays out. Also for this game, I will be at an Iowa bar. If you listened last year, you know I went to an Iowa bar for the Iowa State game. It was a lot of fun. Our resident Hawkeye correspondent, Jace One-Eyed Willie, he's got some buddies in town from back home in Iowa, and we're going to be getting loose. The last time I was at this bar, taking it back last year, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I really don't do drugs. I don't smoke weed. But for this game at halftime, after I'd already been having several pops, I decided to take a step outside. Maybe do a little devil's lettuce. And come back in and I'm out of it. I mean, out of it. I'm seeing triple. And with the drinks I've already had, it's not going good. And I know I'm maybe doing chunks. But I'm fighting it down. I'm at the urinal. I'm leaking. I see to my left the sole stall in the men's restroom becomes available. And I'm like, if there's a time to do it, it's now. And I beeline for the stall. Pants down, cock out, don't matter. I'm getting there. I get in there. It all came out. Everything. I go back out, have a couple more pops. We're feeling good. I rally well. Get an Uber on the way home, and I'm in the passenger seat, and I'm not feeling great. I look at the Uber when we get in the car, or the Uber driver, and I say, listen, we may have to make a pit stop at some point. We're driving on the highway. We're about 8-9 minutes out. And I look at him, I'm like, we got to pull over right now on the shoulder. And when I mean lack of urgency, I've never seen somebody not understand the gravity of the situation. So he takes his slow time, making sure the brakes aren't getting any damage. And while he's doing that, I start projectile vomiting in this guy's car. Get to a full stop, I roll down the window and I blow out some more. I thought it was all out. It wasn't. To this day, after that point, was the quietest car ride I've ever been a part of. And I was trying so hard not to laugh because I just thought it was great. I mean, the car smelled awful. And we finally get back, and I wasn't going to say anything about it. Like, hey, you know, puked in your car, my bad. Like, I'm not doing that. So we park, and I'm like, all right, man, appreciate it. Start opening up the door. And, he's like, yeah, what do you want to do about this? I'm like, whoa, what are you talking about? It's on you, big dog. I had to pay him like $100 or something. But that's the last time I was at this bar. And Iowa lost to Iowa State. That's not happening this go around. It's Iowa laying like a field goal. We're not getting cute. I'm around Iowa fans. We're rooting for a win. What we don't do often, we're taking the Hawkeye money line. And we're waving to the cancer kids. And that's it. And those are the picks. We've got Louisville getting 13.5 against Miami. LSU keeping it within a field goal in Nashville. Indiana dragging dick when they play Michigan State, laying 27.5. Georgia, bad side of a touchdown, don't care against Ole Miss. UCLA by a field goal or more when they welcome in the Turtles from Maryland. Holy War within 3.5 for BYU. Notre Dame laying 9.5 at home against USC. And then to cap it off, basically going to have boots on the ground. We got Hawkeyes winning outright against whatever the hell the Nittany Lions are now. So those are the picks. That's what we got. It's going to be an exciting weekend. Got some good ball. We're getting to a point in the season where we're going to be able to start really having an idea of who's winning the Heisman, who's making the playoffs. We're into week 8. We're officially over halfway through the season. So very, very excited. I'll make sure to keep being on this, giving you guys content. Sorry I had to go to the gas station. Service sucks nowadays. It was a self-kiosk, so it's probably my fault, but it doesn't matter. We're back. It's going to be a great weekend. Make sure to hit the bell so I don't have to keep texting you fuckers. But we're ready to rock and roll. And as always, see ya.